Hi, it's Brian from Bastion Paint. I just want to take 3 or 4 minutes to tell you about the effects our interference pearlescent pigments can have in resin art. So here you can see typical effects. Now these pigments have no color in the pigment itself, so they rely purely on the refraction of light to create their color effects, which is what gives rise to these beautiful sort of effects where it looks like it's just interfering with light. I've made some resin blocks at about a 4% concentration, so you can see you can achieve a subtle pastel color. Normally the effects of these pigments are regarded as or called marble effects or pearl effects, but not metallic effects. If you want metallic effects, you should use our color pearlescent pigments. Right, let me show you a piece of resin art done with the blue and a few of our blue stones to highlight it, so you can see the beautiful various effects that you can achieve in your piece of resin. In this one done with our fine red pigment, you can see almost a cloudy effect that's formed and some cornelian stones in the middle to match. So this is all depends on how much you use and how many layers you do. If you find the pigment tends to settle in your resin, you can get depth by using multiple layers. That is one feature of these pigments, is you're able to get depth in your resin art. Showing you a different piece that doesn't only involve interference pigments. You can see as I tilt this piece, you can see this green color developing, not the sparkle but the subtle green color. That's typical of a fine interference pigment. Now interference pigments can be fine, medium or large. So I just wanted to show you this. So this is typically the effect of a fine pearlescent pigment. As the particle size increases, you tend to get more of a sparkle effect. On this side you can see some sparkles being created, but through the use of a medium-sized pearlescent pigment, but also some glitter powder just to highlight the sparkle a bit further. Normally we don't recommend glitter. We have things that work better than glitter, but nevertheless glitter can still give a nice effect. Now the powders on their own actually look a little bit boring. I mean, you get something like that, you don't think you're going to get a lovely resin art piece out of it. But if I take a little card and I just spot this pigment onto the card, then you can immediately see there's some color developing. Now the color develops much easier over a black background. So that's a fine pigment. This is an example of a medium-sized pigment. A little bit dusty, but you can see the particle size a bit bigger, in that case a red. And then we have a large pigment only in gold. Doesn't really want to stick to my finger very well. But you can see even more of a sparkle, and if I zoom in, you can see how that sparkle is created. Right, all of these pigments are available at our online shop, bastionpaint.co.za, or you can email us, sales@bastionpaint.co.za. Thanks for your time.